To let everybody know, I'm here today with Rayan Lawrence, who plays K-9 in the Starz hit show BMF. So I really want to get into K-9. Right here in season two, he's had some explosive moments, especially episode 7. And I'd like to know how you prepare yourself to channel your most authentic K-9.
Um, well, listen to a lot of DMX. You know how some people say music influences you. It does.
Right.
So everything that DMX, I believe, what he was rapping about, K-9 was living his life back in the '80s. So that was one of the things that helped me prepare for the role of K-9. So that was mainly it. But from doing my research and just being in the moment, using my method acting, just being in the moment. Once I feel disrespected, then boom,
Oh, I
bring
feel.
that to K-9 and it goes another level.
Oh yes. He may not be the most loved character on BMF, but I can promise you he's gonna demand his respect.
That's absolutely right. Yes.
Right, right. So which DMX songs? Any in particular?
Yo, that hold on. You know what? I got my jack right here. You know what I'm saying? I could pull up different there was different ones, and it just certain ones would get me into the mood. So the one where when Meech actually steals K-9's Connect, Here We Go Again was the one for that.
Okay.
Episode 7. Here
Yes.
we go again. Like he was like, yes, I put him on. I wanted to put the Mac on him, but I had to turn my back to him. You know what I mean? So that was like one of my main ones. Let me see. Slipping and I'm falling, I can't get up. I think that was a good one. Damien was one I was listening to a lot. Where the Hood at? He's from the hood. So
Mm-hmm.
I was listening. I think I kept rewinding that one. How It's Going Down was one. Um, yeah, so one more road to cross. So those are ones that I would hit on repeat, but I would listen to. These were the two different ones that I had. So I had DMX Essentials and DMX the best of DMX. So those I would just play back and forth every day, and then I'll just rotate them. And yeah, it helped me prepare for the character.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. So you've been in the industry for a while, and I know you've been in Underground, you were in the original Power, and you were in All Eyes on Me. So
Yeah.
how is playing K-9 different from other roles you've played so far?
I think with K-9, he definitely was probably the ruthless bad guy I played from when I was on Jamal. Jamal was just a low level Jamal and Pimp. He was just a level drug dealer, and then you go to a trained criminal in the character I played with Magnum PI, and now you go from this guy who wears the jewelry and doesn't like being disrespected and loves basketball. So I think I was able to, because of the K-9 character, I think the similarities that we had helped a lot. So the similarities we had is about being disrespected. I don't like to be disrespected. So I know how K-9 felt, but he takes it to a whole nother level.
Oh
With the
yes.
jewelry, I love to wear a lot of jewelry. I like to dress nice. He's the same way. And I would love for basketball. So I think I was able to connect with him more than those other characters. And those were the different dynamics with those three. The low level drug deal with Jamal, and then the trained killer in Magnum PI to this drug lord. So those were like the biggest difference with those. But I felt I was more connected with K-9.
Okay, okay. That's cool. That's cool. So what have been your biggest challenges filming this season?
Ooh, consistency. I think because I love to listen to reggae. I'm Jamaican, so I would listen to reggae every day. I had to cut reggae off. It was just pure rap for me. Um, so that was one of the biggest things that was hard because sometimes when you're so in deep in go in real deep with these characters, you do want to debrief here and there sometimes because you don't want to really, really dive in too much. And I know, some of my boys saw that and it was, hey, you got to go back to your routine. You got to listen to reggae. Go back to the reggae club. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Right.
So at times I, kind of debriefed a little bit and was able to do those kind of things. But the consistency, I wanted to make sure that I play this character to a T to the end. Have that Mamba mentality, like,
Right.
once it's done, then that's when I'm able to debrief or what have you. But it was 5 months. And, and you're getting this love from everybody, the cast, you get it from the crew, the producers, you get it from Starz. So everybody's loving what you're doing. And you want to keep it consistent. You don't want to come in and let them down one day. So that was the hard part, is to make sure that you came in every day and you was on it 100%. And I felt I was able to capture that throughout my time on the show.
How were you able to remain consistent? Any self-care? I know you said you had to go back to listening to your reggae a bit. So
Yeah.
anything else in particular?
Yeah. So how I was able to just like stay consistent?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just think kind of in a sense, not walking the street as K-9. And I mean like, what he was doing on the show, but the mentality all day, every day is K-9. So when I'm walking certain places, I'm looking behind me like if somebody trying to come get me. So the mentality is K-9 at all times. I was doing that a lot. And I think that was how I was able to do it. And you know what? Prayers. Like my sister prayed for me every day I was on set. She prayed for me. My boy was texting me prayers every day. I would listen to sermons every morning. So that kept my confidence going with the character. I know you're not what you saw on TV and talking about God don't coincide, but I'm just trying to say, it kept me confident to continue to do what I was doing.
Right.
And I thought that's what was keeping me consistent throughout the season, because 5 months is a long time. It's half a year.
Yes.
Towards the end, I'm like, man, I want to, kind of go and do something else at a time, because a lot of times what people don't understand is that when you're playing some of these roles, you do want to debrief before you start filming another role. I know I had to film a movie shortly after that. It was okay to film it, but then right after that, my team wanted me to audition for something. I was like, nah, I need to take some time right now. So sometimes it's a little hard to keep it consistent, because you still want to kind of live your regular life, because if you really get too in deep with these characters, sometimes it might be long-term damage. I would say, you can even look at, I hate to say it, but look at what happened with Heath Ledger, how he dove so deep into his character, things like that. You just never know what these characters can do, what can do to you for, the foreseeable future and stuff like that.
Right, because that's your mental. You're embodying this character, and it's like you're taking on them and you're wearing them, basically.
Yeah, I was told, I don't think I need it, but I was told I should, go to therapy. As an actor, I should go to therapy, but I don't know. I don't think I need that stuff. But they says, as an actor, you should.
Oh, well, I mean, I think it's a good idea. I don't know you personally, but I can understand why someone would suggest that. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Diving in different mental spaces for all these characters,
Right. And I know you've mentioned that, you get a lot of love. You've gotten love from Starz, and you've gotten love from your friends and your family, and you have these fans. And I want to know what's been the most rewarding aspect of playing the role of K-9 so far.
I think the most rewarding is getting the love from his family. I know his brother called me the other day, KK, and he showed me some love. We spoke for like 30 minutes, and he's like, man, watching you, he's like, man, I had to double take, watch you play my brother, because he was in the streets with his brother. Yeah. So to get that from him, especially, that was rocking with Dog, it was the most rewarding. And his sons, I had dinner in Detroit, with one of his sons. I met K-9's girlfriend, K-9's wife. His other son DMs me. I talked to his daughter. So all of them, I've been definitely love what I've done, playing, their family member. So that was the most top of the line, most rewarding thing.
That's so cool. I know that has to be like so gratifying to hear from them. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you just never know, right? My main thing was like, if I can get it right with them, then that's the best. Of course, you want to get right for everybody, right? Doing it,
right.
but for the family, of course, because you're actually playing somebody, the real life character. And I think also another most rewarding feeling was coming back to New York because I'm from Brooklyn, New York. So
Mhm.
whenever we see somebody on TV, like, okay, you probably see somebody on TV all the time. But when I went to New York, it's just everywhere I go, I'm getting love. And especially the fact that I'm from Brooklyn too,
Mhm.
what I mean? It's even more. So that was one thing I was like, wow, New York. Okay, this is what happens when I come out here. Okay, that's cool. So that's definitely another rewarding feeling.
Okay. Now, are there any things, being that you're from Brooklyn, like playing someone and being in this Detroit scene, are there any things you had to change about yourself or, you know?
Definitely not being too New York in my dialect. So not, being like, son, what up, son? Yo, what up?
Yeah.
I think that I had to change and it's had a what else say neutral accent versus really trying to get the Detroit accent. But you'll hear a couple of Detroit things that I really say, like, what up, though? Or, ma, right? When I said ma, when I shot my mom in the head. Like, so
Like,
see, it's
mom
not,
for real,
you
or
know
is
what
that just saying mom? I was shook. I was like, "Ooh."
yeah. So things like that, and especially because now you're dressing so elegant back in the 80s, right? The fur coats is just a type of different type of wardrobe that you have to embrace and walk a little different. So I think that was one of the things I was able to put into perspective and keep the Brooklyn side of me out of this character for sure.
Okay, that's what's up. That's cool. That's cool. So now that we're on the heels of the season 2 finale, K-9 is currently locked up. So without giving too much away, what can viewers expect to see with K-9 going forward? I did not know how to
Well,
ask that.
what you guys see in the trailer, you can expect to see him being interrogated.
Yeah.
You can
Yes.
expect to see that. That's what I can give you guys. You expect to see him being interrogated, but it's gonna be an explosive season finale because Eve, the director, yeah, he brought the heat to it. So it's gonna be fun, and you get to see me and Steve on screen for the first time, so that's gonna be fun.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that so much. I I know you
Thank-
can't give me more than that, but I'm just
uh,
anticipating. I don't have
That's
too
what I
much.
mean. I've been seeing these reposts and all that. Everybody's like, we want to know what's going on. I even put on my IG, I was like, what y'all think is about to happen in this episode right here for K-9? I want to see how much of these real ones is out here.
Right. Because I'm shook when I see K-9 on the screen. You're smiling and you're so happy, and I am terrified of K-9, but he's one of the most intriguing characters I've ever seen on TV. So
Thank you, thank you.
it's an interesting thing. Since you won't give me more than the interrogation, outside of BMF, where can fans see you in the near future? Any exciting plans you can tell me about?
Yeah, I got a new movie coming out called First Comes Love, Then Comes Murder.
Mhm.
That's gonna be on TV1. That should be out in a few months. That's a thriller. That's gonna be pretty fun uh to watch. I would like to see a lot of people take a look at that because I know a lot of people love thrillers, and that's a pretty good thriller. We got
Mhm.
some twists and turns in that. I do have another movie that I'm gonna be filming soon. That's gonna be good. I can't really name the cast yet, but yeah, we got a strong cast. This is what I can say. I'm gonna be reuniting with another person from the Power universe. So I can say
Hmm.
that.
Okay.
That should get y'all excited. Somebody from the Power universe, a major character from the Power universe, and we'll both be leading in this project.
Okay.
and I got a couple other movies in the works. And then I've been getting a lot of offers for different projects. I just haven't decided if I'm going to do it now. So it's been pretty amazing time. Filming from having a character come back for season 2.
Okay. I've been enjoying this journey, and I can't wait to see more from you. One more thing I did want to ask you. It's kind of out of the area. I read that you were into modeling before. How did you transition from modeling to acting?
Well, you know what? It was a seamless transition because I was doing both at the same time. And
Mm.
actually, my first ever audition was an ESPN commercial, and I got it. So that was the first thing I've ever done, modeling or acting. So I was like, oh, this acting thing about to be easy. But
Uh,
then you go and doing the modeling, it's just there for 3 hours. It's just not as fun as researching the character and learning the lines, things
right.
like that, being able to rehearse with other people.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it was similar. So it wasn't where I was this super modeling and I'm just going into acting. It was where I was doing both at the same time, trying out both,
Mhm.
and I felt acting was more intriguing, more rewarding to me. So that's the reason why I continue to go that route. And of course, modeling stuff I'll do here and there if I have to. I ain't gonna turn no jobs down, but I
Definitely.
would prefer acting, of course.
Okay, okay, for sure. That's for sure. And I appreciate you taking out this time to talk to me about BMF and everything that you have going on. Where can we find you on social media? I'm looking at you on Twitter and things after, BMF airs. Do you want to put out
Yeah,
your socials or anything like that for fans to find you?
yeah, of course, of course. We do have a Twitter party that for BMF tomorrow night at
Mm-hmm.
midnight. Just putting it out there. But you can reach me at on IG, Twitter. Uh, I've been working on my TikTok. I got a TikTok, been working on it, and Facebook at Rayan Lawrence. So RAYANLAWRENCE.
Okay. All right. And we'll look you up there. And
Okay.
I thank you so much for your time and for doing this with me.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.